The Telegraph reported this week that Harry and Meghan are indeed going to be invited to King Charles' coronation this coming May, which is so weird because aren't they listening to the people on Twitter demanding that they are not invited and get their titles stripped away? The amount of control and ownership that people on Twitter think that they have over the royal family, it shouldn't surprise me anymore, given my experience with them, but sometimes it really does. Like, I feel like I don't even need to open Twitter to know that there are people on there, "Sir, this is not a wise decision. They're traitors. They'll betray you." Like, give it a break. I, for one, am not particularly surprised by this move. If the documentary told us anything about the family dynamic currently going on between Prince Harry and the royals, it's that the problem did not start with Charles. It sounds more to me like a lot of the tension and the exclusions that Harry and Meghan might be facing come from his brother, from Prince William. And this is just me speculating, thinking through this out loud, but it really does sound like Prince William had a really long leash when the Queen was still alive. And it was Charles and William being consulted to help make decisions and step in for her. Now that William is Prince of Wales and Charles is in the driver's seat, I can see easily that his leash may have gotten shorter again. That's kind of the curse of being the Prince of Wales, always feeling like you're waiting in the wings. And the fact that we also learned in the documentary that according to these two, they offered to give up their titles and they still are able to use them. That says a lot to me as well about the fact that Charles is not the one creating and perpetuating a lot of this animosity. If Charles really wanted Harry and Meghan to not be using their titles, to not be invited to the coronation, we would have a sense of that by now, and we just don't. Instead, it is senior political sources and palace sources who are always calling for their titles to be removed, for them not to be allowed at these royal functions, etc. I do tend to agree that Charles is in the camp that thinks that removing their titles, uninviting them to the coronation would be, quote, unnecessarily punitive. And as I've said before, there are lots of dukes running around who have nothing to do with the royal family itself other than, being in the British upper class. So it would be like a double standard to take their titles away, but we don't have to get into the weeds on that right now. Back to the point at hand. In the documentary, Harry and Meghan was very complimentary of Charles. She called him charming and credited him with helping to arrange some of the special parts of their wedding day. And it really felt like what they were hitting out at was the firm, the institution of the family business, as Meghan called it. But when it comes to a father having his big day, his coronation, I think he would want both of his sons there. So as outraged as royalist observers are going to be if Harry and Meghan do decide to attend the coronation and get to keep their titles, at the end of the day, it seems to be not about that, at least not the way Charles sees it.